reaction. It is the fourth one. Right on. Carbyl amine reaction. It is also called carbyl amine test, and this is the test for only primary amine. Carbyl amine reaction. Okay, listen. What is carbyl amine reaction? Right. See, in this reaction, primary amines reacts with chloroform. Let us take it is a primary amine reacts with CH, Cl3, chloroform in presence of alcoholic KOH, potassium hydroxide. Tell me what can be removed. So here 3 chlorine, 3 potassium. How many? 3 KCl plus here is 1 hydrogen, here is 1 OH. No, no, 1 hydrogen here, 1 other. How many total? 3 hydrogen, 3 OH, 3 H2O. Then what is the left? Rn. Okay, tell me Rn, and here is C will be there. What is this? RNC. What is this? Isocyanide. So these isocyanides are a very bad smell compounds. Okay, once you experience, you may not take properly 1 week food. ಅಷ್ಟು ಬ್ಯಾಡ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. Right, so therefore you'll get very bad smell isocyanides. So this reaction is called carbyl amine. So why it is called carbyl amine? The carbyl amine is nothing but IUPAC name of isocyanide. So this is actually isocyanide, no, common name isocyanide. Its IUPAC name is carbyl. This is carbon is a carbyl and remaining is amine. So therefore its IUPAC name is carbyl amine. Therefore, in this reaction, we are getting product is a carbyl amine. Therefore, it is a carbyl amine reaction, carbyl amine test. Therefore, this is the test for only primary amine. Both aliphatic, this is aliphatic, and even aromatic also. So, both aliphatic and aromatic amines reacts with chloroform in presence of alcoholic KOH. They form corresponding isocyanides. So therefore, it is a test to identify the both aliphatic as well as aromatic primary amines. Okay, right on. Right, both aliphatic and aromatic primary amines, both aliphatic and aromatic primary amines reacts with chloroform in presence of alcoholic KOH in presence of alcoholic KOH to form corresponding isocyanides in bracket carbyl amines to form corresponding isocyanides in bracket carbyl amines. This reaction is called carbyl amine reaction. Carbyl amine reaction. Next point. It is the test for it is the test for identification of it is the test for identification of both aliphatic and aromatic primary amines. It is the test for both identification of both aliphatic and aromatic primary amine. Okay, it is important, even it is important for viva also. In viva also they ask this question. Okay, take down, write the products. Tell me. So what is the product here? Hmm. Hmm? Tell me here. So remove the 3 hydrogen 3 OH and 3 chlorine. So what is the left? Methyl isocyanide. Plus byproducts are same, no? Methyl isocyanide. Next here, phenyl isocyanide. Okay, this phenyl ring can be written as pH, phenyl isocyanide. Next, complete the reaction. Alkyl halide reacts with excess of ammonia. So what is the major product? Primary amine. It is a Hoffman ammonolysis. Next, P is a primary amine. This primary amine plus chloroform KOH. What do you get? RNC. Isocyanide. Isocyanide undergo reduction. Lithium aluminum hydride. What do you get? Secondary amine. In reduction, N converts into NH, C converts into CS3. Okay. Next, fifth chemical property is reaction with nitrous acid. Okay. So reaction with nitrous acid. What is the nitrous acid? The mixture of NaNO2 plus HCl. Sodium nitrite. So sodium nitrite plus HCl combination gives HNO2, nitrous acid. Okay. Right. Now listen. So reaction with nitrous acid. That means how does nitrous acid reacts with all three amines? Primary amine, secondary amine, tertiary amine. Here we have actually three different cases. Case 1 with primary amine, reaction with primary amine. Case 2 reaction with secondary, and case 3 reaction with tertiary amine. It means nitrous acid reacts with primary, secondary, tertiary amine differently. There are three different reactions. So therefore, let us study case 1, reaction with primary amine. Right. In reaction with primary amine, there are again two types of primary amines: aliphatic primary amine and aromatic primary amine. Therefore, nitrous acid reacts differently with aliphatic as well as aromatic primary amine. So therefore, let us take A, reaction with, take down, reaction with aliphatic primary amines. Okay, so how does nitrous acid reacts with aliphatic primary amine? This is we study in the topic name alcohol. In alcohol topic also we study this reaction. Let us say RNH2, it is a aliphatic primary amine. It is reacts with HNO2, nitrous acid, at 0 to 5 degrees Celsius. Okay, so here HNO2 is stable at low temperature, 0 to 5 degrees Celsius. Tell me. So primary amines, aliphatic primary amine reacts with nitrous acid, 0 to 5 degrees Celsius, it forms alcohol. So how does it alcohol is formed? See here, this nitrous acid can be written N double bond O, actually N double bond O, OH. You can write like this. The structure of nitrous acid is HNOO, HNO2. Okay, so it's not visible here. I'll write here. Okay. Right. Let us take, it is a primary amine RNH2 reacts with nitrous acid HNO2. It forms alcohol. Now let us say how does alcohol is formed. This HNO2 can be written, it is a OH and N double bond O. And tell me here, what can be removed? You can remove nitrogen N2 here. There is a one nitrogen, N2 gas, and what is next is there is a H2 and H2O. What is the left? OH and R. ROH plus N2 plus H2O. So therefore, tell me, it is a primary amine reacts with nitrous acid at 0 to 5 degrees Celsius. It form alcohol. That is aliphatic primary amine. For example, let us take ethylamine. Ethylamine plus HNO2 0 to 5 degrees Celsius. Okay, it forms CH3 CH2. Tell me, OH plus N2 plus H2O. This is one of the important reaction to prepare even dinitrogen gas. Okay, ready. Have taken this. Take the case 1, reaction with primary amines. Reaction with aliphatic primary amine. Right on. Aliphatic primary amines reacts with nitrous acid at 0 to 5 degrees Celsius to form corresponding alcohols. Take. Right. So there is one exception. Exception is with methylamine. So where there is exception, question can be expected. In chemistry, exception mele jaasti barata questions. Let us take methylamine. This methylamine reacts with NaNO2 HCl 0 to 5 degrees Celsius. What is this reaction? Same reaction, no? NaNO2 plus HCl, it gives what? HNO2. Therefore, methylamine plus HNO2 0 to 5 degrees Celsius, but we don't get alcohol. So instead of alcohol, you will get ether, dimethyl ether and methyl nitrite. Methyl nitrite. Of course, you will get N2 gas will be that is same N2 plus H2O. Okay, so this is one exception, right? So with methyl alcohol, take down exception. Take as this. Next, reaction with aromatic primary amines. Reaction with aromatic primary amines. Tell me, this is we all know one of the important reaction. Can you tell anybody? Reaction with aromatic primary amine. Very good. Diazotization. Okay, let us take aromatic primary amine is aniline, right? So aniline is dissolved in HCl and treated with NaNO2, sodium nitrite at 0 to 5 degrees Celsius or 273 to 278 Kelvin temperature. Tell me. So aniline plus sodium nitrite, no? What do we expect? Benzene disonium chloride. benzene diazonium chloride, right? It is also called BDC, benzene diazonium chloride. So this reaction is called diazotization. Okay, right on. Aromatic primary amine reacts with nitrous acid. Aromatic primary amines reacts with nitrous acid at 0 to 5 degrees Celsius, at 0 to 5 degrees Celsius to form benzene diazonium chloride, to form benzene diazonium chloride. This reaction is called diazotization. This reaction is called diazotization. Take down. Okay. Next, case 2. What is the case 2? Reaction with secondary amines. Right on. Reaction with secondary amines. Okay. In reaction with secondary amine, again we have A and B. What is A and B? Reaction with aliphatic and reaction with aromatic. But in fact, both aliphatic, aromatic secondary amine reacts with nitrous acid same way. You will get same product. That's what you need not write AB. Okay. Right on. Both aliphatic and aromatic secondary amines, both aliphatic and aromatic secondary amines, both aliphatic and aromatic secondary amines reacts with nitrous acid, reacts with secondary reacts with nitrous acid to form N-nitrosoamine, N, capital N, nitrosoamine, N-nitrosoamine. Okay, let us take reaction. It is R, NH, R. It is secondary amine. Tell me, this secondary amine reacts with nitrous acid, HNO2. Okay, see here, in case of primary amine, we have taken, it is a OH, NOH. Okay, now tell me, this 2 hydrogen, it is 1 oxygen, water is eliminated here. Now, can you remove water here? Suppose if you take O and this like this, can you remove water here? No. That's what I do is I reverse this. What I do is I'll take it is a N double bond O, it is a OH. Now tell me how to remove water. Here also water can be removed. Yeah. Yes or no? Now this nitrogen get attached to this nitrogen, right? So therefore, now tell me N R N R. Tell me N double bond O. This is called nitroso. Which nitroso? N nitrosoamine. Listen, it is a N nitrosoamine. So that means both aliphatic and aromatic gives same product. Right example. Complete the reaction. Completed? Okay. Right. See, in this in this reaction there is one important named reaction. It is called Lieberman nitroso test or nitroso reaction. Lieberman nitroso reaction. So what is the Lieberman nitroso reaction, and it's important. So this Lieberman nitroso reaction is used to identify the secondary amines, both aliphatic as well as aromatic. Now in this reaction, let us take the same N-nitrosoamine. Okay, this N-nitrosoamine, it is treated with phenol in presence of concentrated sulfuric acid. It form immediately a violet color solution. Okay, so which is on standing, it changes to blue. So that means N-nitrosoamine, it is treated with phenol and concentrated sulfuric acid, it form violet color solution. This violet color solution on standing for 10 to 15 minutes, it become blue color finally, it changes to blue color. So this reaction indicates that the given amine is what? Secondary amine. Therefore, it is the test for identification of only secondary amine. It means in secondary amine reacts with nitrous acid, it should form N-nitrosoamine. After forming N-nitrosoamine, this reaction is continued. Okay, so therefore this whole reaction is called Lieberman nitroso reaction. Okay, right on. Lieberman nitroso reaction. N-nitrosoamine, N-nitrosoamine treated with phenol, N-nitrosoamine treated with phenol in presence of concentrated sulfuric acid, to form violet colored solution, which is turns to blue color. Okay, so it is the, now here what is the formula of compound is not required, you need not worry, we want only color. Next, case 3. What is the case 3? Reaction with tertiary amines. Okay, in reaction with tertiary amine, again we have two conditions, aliphatic as well as aromatic. So both aliphatic, aromatic gives differently. Let's see A, reaction with aliphatic amines. Aliphatic tertiary amines. Okay, let us take aliphatic tertiary amine is this, it is reacts with nitrous acid. Tell me, in nitrous acid there is a NO2 minus, H is a plus, no, because it is a proton donor, acid is, nitrous acid is acid. Okay, since it is acid, now tell me, here what happened, it is a tertiary amine, no, in tertiary amine there is a one lone pair, right? So this lone pair electron is donated to what? Either proton or NO2 minus, donated to proton. When lone pair electron donated to proton, what it forms? R, N, R, it is R, yes, it is just like quaternary ammonium, no, and NO2 minus, you will get quaternary ammonium salt, which is soluble in water since it is salt, right? Take down quaternary ammonium salt. and which is soluble in water. Right. So reaction with, it is a aliphatic tertiary amine. Then what about reaction with aromatic tertiary amine? It is something different. B. Reaction with aromatic tertiary amine. Okay. If you take aromatic tertiary amine, it is a CH3, take CH3, right? Now there is one lone pair, of course. Now it is reacts with nitrous acid. Okay, so nitrous acid structure can be taken OH, N double bond O. Okay, in this case, this para hydrogen, the hydrogen present on para position, and this OH, water can be removed. And when water is removed, this N nitroso, means nitroso, not N, nitroso group gets substituted on which position? Para position. Therefore, it is a para nitroso amine is the product is formed. Right on. Aromatic tertiary amine reacts with nitrous acid. Aromatic, aliphatic is not same. Written, no? Statement is not required. Here also statement not required. Right, one sentence. Aromatic tertiary amines reacts with nitrous acid to form para nitroso amine. Para nitroso amine. Okay. Para nitroso amine. Tell me now, what is the conclusion of this reaction? Aliphatic, primary, secondary, tertiary, three different amines reacts with differently. Yes or no? That means if you take primary amines, aliphatic primary amine, alcohol, aromatic primary amine, diazonium salt, BDC, benzene diazonium chloride. Next, what about secondary? Both aliphatic as well as aromatic secondary amine gives same product, that is N-nitrosoamine. That N-nitrosoamine gives Lieberman test. Okay, Lieberman test. What is the final color in Lieberman test? Blue color. Next, tertiary amine. Aliphatic tertiary amine gives nitrite salt. Right. Aromatic tertiary amine gives nitroso, para nitrosoamine. It means, so different amines gives different product. So can we use this test to identify the primary, secondary, tertiary amines? Yes. Particularly, say to identify the primary, secondary, tertiary amine, we need to have the change in colors or any physical property, smell, color, isn't it? So this kind of physical property has to change. Here, particularly in case of Lieberman test, there is a change in color. We will get the color. Therefore, this particular reaction is used to identify the secondary amines. Lieberman reaction is used to identify which amine? Secondary amines, not primary, tertiary, but secondary amines. Okay. So this is how reaction with nitrous acid, one important reaction. Next, sixth one is reaction with what? Benzene sulfonyl chloride. So it is also important, even it is important for Viva also. Reaction with benzene sulfonyl chloride. Okay, this benzene sulfonyl chloride structure is, there is a benzene ring, right? There is a S double bond O, S double bond O, and chlorine. So you can write, which is nothing but benzene ring having sulfonyl S double bond O, and there is one chlorine, which is called a Hinsberg reagent. Hinsberg reagent. So benzene sulfonyl chloride is called Hinsberg reagent. Now this reagent, Hinsberg reagent, is used to distinguish primary, secondary, tertiary amine. See, used to identify is different, used to distinguish different. Okay, this Hinsberg reagent you use to distinguish, it can distinguish primary, secondary, tertiary amine. So therefore, write down, this reaction is used to distinguish primary, comma, secondary and tertiary amines. Right. So Hinsberg reagent is used to distinguish primary, secondary and tertiary amine. Let us see. Here also there are three cases. Case 1, reaction with primary amine. So how does Hinsberg reagent reacts with primary amine? Okay, let us take R, NH2 and Hinsberg reagent is this benzene sulfonyl chloride, no? Okay, benzene sulfonyl chloride. Now come on, tell me, this benzene sulfonyl chloride reacts with Hinsberg reagent how? There is a one chlorine, one hydrogen. What can be removed? 1 mole of HCl can be removed. If you remove one HCl, tell me R, NH, then tell me S double bond O. Tell me it becomes, this is same. Okay. Then what is the name of this product? It is N alkyl, right? Alkyl group present on nitrogen, N alkyl, and this group is called sulfonylide. N alkyl sulfonylide. Common name sulfonylide. N alkyl sulfonylide is the product. Right. So N alkyl sulfonylide is the product. Whether this is acidic nature or basic nature, it is important. Acidic or basic. Okay, see, now S double bond O, this is a strong electron withdrawing group now. Okay, adjacent to electron withdrawing group there is one proton, there is H. Therefore, if the hydrogen present adjacent to electron withdrawing group, that is a acidic hydrogen. We will study in organic chemistry. So therefore, so sulfonyl group is a strong electron withdrawing group. Adjacent to electron withdrawing group there is a hydrogen. Therefore, that hydrogen can be removed as a H plus. Therefore, it is a acidic. So therefore, this particular compound is acidic nature. Since it is a acidic nature, it is soluble in alkali. Important. This compound is soluble in NaOH, sodium hydroxide, or any alkali, because there is a acidic hydrogen, acidic nature, and reacts with base. No, there is a possibility. Therefore, which is soluble in NaOH. Okay, next, take the secondary amine. Come on. Secondary amine, let us take reaction with secondary amine. Okay, R, secondary amine R, NR reacts with benzene sulfonyl chloride, that is Hinsberg reagent. Tell me what can be removed? Again hydrogen and chlorine, HCl can be removed. Okay, then right, what is the product? R, NR. This nitrogen get attached to sulfonyl group and there is a benzene ring here, phenyl ring as this. Tell me what is the name? It is N comma N dialkyl sulfonamide. Sulfonylide. N comma N dialkyl sulfonylide, it is sulfonilamide. Written no? Sulfonylide. N comma N dial sulfonilamide. Sulfonilamide. Amide, no, it is sulfonilamide. So N comma N dialkyl sulfonilamide. Okay. Now tell me whether acidic or basic or what it is. Now is it having acidic proton? There is no acidic proton. Since there is no acidic proton, there is no proton over here? Okay. So is it soluble in alkali? No. Therefore it is insoluble in NaOH. Okay. Next, case 3. So reaction with tertiary amine. Let us take R, NR, tertiary amine reacts with benzene sulfonyl chloride. Tell me. So what is the product? There is no reaction, because in case of tertiary amine, is there any active hydrogen here? On nitrogen there is no hydrogen. If there is a hydrogen, this hydrogen reacts with chlorine, you will get the product. So there is no hydrogen, therefore no reaction. There is no reaction. So therefore tell me, what do you understand by these 3 reactions? Primary amines reacts with Hinsberg reagent, they form, it is N-alkyl sulfonilamide, which is soluble in alkali. And secondary amine reacts with Hinsberg reagent, it form N comma N dialkyl sulfonilamide, which is insoluble. But tertiary amine do not react with Hinsberg reagent. Therefore, so 3 primary, secondary, tertiary, 3 amines can give the different reactions now. One gives one product which is soluble, second gives product which is insoluble, third do not give the reaction. So therefore this particular reaction is used to distinguish which is primary, which is secondary, which is tertiary. Like alcohol we study. What is the important reaction which distinguish primary, secondary, tertiary alcohols? Lucas test, Lucas reagent, Lucas test. Lucas test is not test for identification of alcohol. It is tested to distinguish, because primary, now all 3 gives Lucas test, primary gives, secondary gives, tertiary gives, but 3 gives different way. That is a distinguish. Here also same, primary gives, secondary gives, tertiary do not gives. So we can distinguish which is primary, which is secondary, which is tertiary amines. Okay. So have written this point. This reaction is used to distinguish. Written? Okay. Next continuation. 7th reaction is reaction with RMGX, no? Reaction with RMGX, Grignard reagent. Okay. So how does amines reacts with Grignard reagent? So this is one important reaction. Grignard reagent, see in Grignard reagent there is a Mg is positive, R is negative. Alkyl group is negative, no? It produces carbanion, carbon anion, which is called carbanion. Okay. Then so therefore here our amines are NH2 in presence of Grignard reagent, in presence of Grignard RMGX, they produces H plus ion. Even amine is a base, but it is a proton donor. So it is a proton donor, it donates the proton. What it form? R, NH2 become NH2 minus plus H plus. That means even amines are a weak base, they produces proton in presence of Grignard reagent. Therefore, if any proton donor is present, this proton donor, proton plus R minus, tell me, R minus H plus, what do you get? RH, which gives alkane. This is a very, very basic reaction. See, Grignard reagent reacts with proton donors. Not only amine, all the proton donor, all acids, even water, so even carboxylic acids, alcohols, all the proton donors, they form the corresponding alkane. For example, you can take same reaction like ORR. Let us take it is a RMGX Grignard reagent reacts with water. Water is a proton donor. Water also produces H plus plus, OH minus, and it is a R negative, it is Mg positive. Then tell me, R is negative, H is positive, what it form? RH. What is RH? Alkane. It means Grignard reagent reacts with all the proton donors, it form corresponding alkanes. Okay, here also this is a proton donor. Right on. Grignard reagent reacts with proton donors. Grignard reagent reacts with proton donors, to form corresponding alkane. To form corresponding alkane. Okay, take the reaction. Let us take methyl magnesium bromide. Take H2O, D2O, CH3, COOH. Even you can take alcohol, CH3OH, methyl alcohol. Take methylamine, etc. Write the products. Okay, tell me. So here R minus H plus. Now what is left here? MgX. MgX. So MgX attached to what? R NH. MgX. This is the byproduct. Yes or no? Similarly, here also there is a one hydrogen proton and this R. So what is the left here? OH left. This OH should be attached to what? Mg. Therefore, OH, Mg, Cl. Right, hydroxy magnesium chloride. So write their products. Written. CH3 negative, Mg is positive, right? Come on, tell me. Here H plus, no, H plus plus OH minus. So H plus plus CH3 minus, you'll get methane. Here is CH3D. D is a deuterium. It is called deuterated methane. Deuterated methane. Okay, D plus OD minus, no. Okay, here is CH4. Here is CH4 only because protons, no. It reacts with only protons. Here is CH4. But byproducts are different. Here byproduct is OH, Mg, Br. Here OD, Mg, Br. Here CH3, COO, Mg, Br. Here CH3O, MgBr. Here CS3 NH MgBr. CS3 no. Okay. So this is reaction with RMGX. Okay. Next reaction is eighth one. CS2, right? So tell me, reaction with carbon disulfide mercury chloride, which is called Hoffman Mustard-Oil reaction. Hoffman Mustard-Oil reaction. Okay. Now let us see. Here, let us take case 1, reaction with primary amine. Right. So how does primary amines reacts with CS2? What is CS2? Carbon disulfide, right? Carbon dioxide, carbon disulfide. Let us take primary amine is RNH2. Listen carefully, important is named reaction. Okay, RNH2 primary amine, it reacts with CS2. The CS2 structure like similar to carbon dioxide. CO2 no, CO2 structure is what, linear no? Like this. Carbon dioxide linear no? Like similar to carbon dioxide, carbon disulfide, same. It is also linear geometry. Okay, fine. So therefore here primary amines reacts with CS2. In primary amine there is a, you can write like this, it is RNH negative plus H plus positive. It is just addition reaction. Now tell me, among carbon sulfur, whose En is more? Sulfur. Electronegativity values are given, no? Sulfur En is more. Therefore, now tell me, since sulfur En is more, this pi bond shifted on sulfur. Yes or no? Sulfur gets negative, carbon gets positive. Now tell me, what is the intermediate? So S double bond C, this is as it is. Then sulfur negative, no? This sulfur H is added because negative it is a positive, and this carbon positive, no? So what is added? NHR. So this is an intermediate. Okay, name is not important, you can write common name, that's it. Then now this is reacts with HgCl2, mercuric chloride. Okay, tell me, it is reacts with mercuric chloride. Now tell me here, 2 chlorine, hydrogen, chlorine. What can be removed? 2 hydrochloric acid, no, 2 moles of HCl removed. Then next, and 1 sulfur, 1 mercury, mercuric sulfide. So therefore tell me, what is the product? It is S double bond will be same, C will be there, no? Then N R. So double bond N, it is R. What is this? Can I write like this? This is nothing but, it is a R. Tell me, N double bond C, yes. What is this? Isothiocyanate. Yes or no? It is a isothiocyanate. Okay, this isothiocyanate has mustard oil smell. The smell of this compound is mustard oil. Hence, this is called a Hoffman mustard oil reaction. Okay, so therefore here important is product only, thioisocyanate. Okay, write down. Primary amines reacts with carbon disulfide CS2, carbon disulfide in presence of mercuric chloride, in presence of mercuric chloride to form alkyl alkyl thioisocyanate, alkyl thioisocyanate, to form alkyl thioisocyanate, which has what smell? Mustard oil smell. Alkyl thioisocyanate, which has mustard oil smell. Hence this reaction is called Hoffmann mustard oil reaction. Hence this reaction is called Hoffmann mustard oil reaction. Okay. Hoffmann mustard oil reaction. Next, reaction with secondary amine. Then how does carbon disulfide reacts with secondary amine? Let us take secondary amine is R, NHR. It is reacts with carbon disulfide, same reaction. Tell me here, like similar to previous reaction, here also you can take H is a plus, N is a negative. Yes or no? And add here, this is a negative, it is a positive. It is just addition. So add H plus to S minus. Come on, tell me. S double bond C. S become SH. Come on, tell me. Here is C attached to N comma N dialkyl. You'll get this intermediate. Now tell me, is it reacts with mercury chloride or not? No. Say here, just see the reaction. It reacts with mercury chloride because there are two acidic hydrogen. This is acidic hydrogen. It is also acidic hydrogen. There are two acidic hydrogen reacts with two chlorine, it forms HCl. Okay, there is only one acidic hydrogen which is not sufficient to react with mercury chloride. Therefore, there is no further reaction. It means you will not get a mustard, you will not get a thioisocyanate, right? No thioisocyanate, that means no mustard oil smell. Therefore, secondary amines do not give this reaction. Therefore, tell me, primary amines gives mustard oil smell, secondary amines gives no reaction. So, therefore, this reaction is used to distinguish primary and this. Right. Take this reaction as it is. This reaction is used to distinguish. This reaction is used to distinguish both primary and secondary amines. Distinguish primary and secondary amines. Next, what is the next reaction? Reaction with aldehydes and ketones. Right, quickly, it is simple reaction. So reaction with aldehydes and ketones. So how does aldehydes and ketones reacts with amines, or amines reacts with aldehyde ketone? Come on, tell me. Let us take this reaction, we already have studied. Take aldehyde, it reacts with the primary amine. Come on, tell me. What can be removed? H2O, no? It is actually condensation reaction. So what is the product is? CH3 will be same H and double bond N R. So which is called N alkyl imina amina. N alkyl imine, which is also called ನಿನ್ನೇನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರಿ ಚಿಪ್ಸ್ ಬೇಸಾ Skips base. Yes, not Skips reagent. Skips reagent is different. It is a Skips base. Okay, even you can take now, is it tertiary amine reacts? No, only primary amines. Secondary amines also not, because 2 hydrogen required. No. Okay, similarly ketone also same. Take one ketone. Ketones reacts with primary amines. Aldehyde form aldimine. Ketones form ketimine. It is a aldimine. Okay, it is a ketimine. Next, 10th one. Bega. Tell me. Test for primary amines. Tell me. Now, whatever we studied so far, in that, which tests are used to identify primary amines? Bega. 1. Carbyl amine. So, is it carbyl amine test for which amines? Only primary. Primary aliphatica, aromatica, or both? Both primary aliphatic as well as aromatic amine. So, carbyl amine test for only, not only for only aliphatic, it is for only both aliphatic and aromatic, not for secondary tertiary. Okay, write down. 1. Carbyl amine test. Carbyl amine test. Okay, reaction already written. Can you tell me, in carbyl amine test, what is the reagent? Primary aliphatic and aromatic amines reacts with chloroform in presence of KOH to form carbyl amine. Carbyl amine is a IUPAC name of isocyanide. It form corresponding isocyanide. They are very bad smell compounds. Okay, so need not write once again, but write one point. Carbyl amine test. It is a test for both. Right. It is the test for both aliphatic and aromatic amines. Next, any other test for identify the primary amines? Only primary amine has to give reaction. Secondary, tertiary should not give. Any other? Just not studied, no. Hoffman Hoffman-Mustardile reaction. It is a test for primary amine. Is it secondary amine gives? Tertiary amine gives? No. Therefore, Hoffman-Mustardile reaction. Test for primary amines. Second is Hoffman-Mustardile reaction. Write one sentence here. Primary amine gives what? What is the product here? Primary amine gives thioisocyanate, which has mustardile smell. Okay. Primary amines gives thioisocyanate. So what about secondary, tertiary? No. Next, any other reaction gives only primary amine? Sorry, see, just check. Only primary amine has to give the test, other not. Reaction with then reaction with aldehyde, primary amine. But do you find any smell or any color, anything? No. There is one more reaction. Tell me. Lieberman nitroso reaction. Tell me, Lieberman nitroso reaction for what? Test for secondary amine, not for primary, no. Is it primary amine gives that? Only secondary amine, right? So therefore, next, Lieberman nitroso test. It is a test for only secondary amine, right? Because bracket ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Test for secondary amine ಬರ್ತೀರಾ? ಈ ತರ ಬರ್ರಿ. Test for secondary amine, Lieberman nitroso test. Lieberman nitroso test. Lieberman nitroso test. It is a test for what? Secondary amine. Only secondary amine gives blue color finally. Okay. So these are a test for primary and secondary amines. Next, test to distinguish primary, secondary, tertiary amines. Come on. Test to distinguish primary, secondary and tertiary amine. Tell me. So which test can distinguish primary, secondary, tertiary amine? 1. Hinsberg reagent, no? 1. Hinsberg reagent. Hinsberg reagent. So this Hinsberg reagent can distinguish primary, secondary, tertiary amine. So how do you distinguish? How does it distinguish? Primary amines reacts with Hinsberg reagent. They form the white PPT. Yeah, of course, white PPT, and which is soluble in NaOH. And yeah, it is of course acidic medium, acidic nature, which is soluble in alkali. Whereas secondary amine also reacts with Hinsberg reagent. It form white PPT. Have written that white residue PPT. Okay, write one sentence there. There only white PPT. Okay, both are white PPT. Both are white PPT. One soluble in NaOH, other is insoluble in NaOH. If it is soluble in NaOH, primary amine. If it is insoluble in NaOH, secondary amine. So in this way you can distinguish. Then what about tertiary amine? Tertiary amine does not react with the Hinsberg reagent. Okay, this is one suitable reaction to distinguish primary, secondary, tertiary amine. Okay, you can take even other also like nitrous acid. Nitrous acid reacts with primary, secondary, tertiary amine separately. Okay, but do you get any color changes? No. Okay, that's what, where there is no color change, no smell, no change in physical property, we cannot distinguish. Okay, what is primary, secondary, tertiary amine? Okay, so this is how you can distinguish. Okay, reactions already written, no, not required. You just remember the names, that's important. Okay, so next is, what is the next reaction? Next, finish it, no? Next, right, electrophilic substitution reactions of aromatic amines. Electrophilic substitution reactions of aromatic amines. Electrophilic substitution reactions of aromatic amines. That means how does aromatic amines undergo electrophilic substitution reaction? See, this electrophilic substitution reaction is the property of benzene and aromatic compounds. So in first PUC we study like benzene and aromatic compound. Benzene undergo which reaction? Electrophilic substitution reaction. In benzene there are 6 hydrogen here, 6 carbon, 6 hydrogen. Therefore you can take electrophile E plus. And tell me, when benzene is reacts with electrophile, this electrophile attack on benzene, no? Any one of the benzene carbon, because all the carbons are equal. Then what happened? This electrophile attack one carbon, this H plus is removed, right, and E plus is substituted. So what do you get? It is a substituted benzene substituted product. Okay, so this reaction is called electrophilic substitution reaction. So what is the meaning of electrophilic substitution reaction? The reaction in which, of course substitution, the substitution reaction in which one electrophile replaced by another electrophile, right? One electrophile substituted by another electrophile. Okay, therefore this kind of reaction, no, It is usually the property of benzene and benzene derivatives or benzene compounds, right? Only benzene and benzene compounds undergo electrophilic substitution reaction. You need to remember it. Okay, in every topic you will get this. Now let us see, benzene and benzene compounds undergo electrophilic substitution where electrophile can replace another electrophile. All right, this electrophile is E plus, whether electron deficient or electron rich. Electron deficient. Since electrophile is electron deficient species always attack where there is electron density is more. Electron deficient is always attack where there is electron density is maximum. But in case of benzene, all the carbons are equal, all hydrogens are equal, therefore electrophile do not distinguish any particular position, therefore it may attack any one of the carbon, you will get product. But the problem is, if this benzene is attached to something XYZ group or any one group, particular group, let us take group X. If the benzene attached to group X, let us take electrophile. Now tell me where the electrophile should attack. Electrophile, no, the attacking of electrophile is directed by this X group. It means X group can direct this electrophile to attack particular position. Andre electrophile elli attack agbodu, electrophile do not attack by its wish. Idur ishta prakara ellandale attack possibility illa. Yavadur prakara attack agbodu? X will direct. X will say that you attack here only, it attack there. X will say that you go there, it go there only. It means the attacking of electrophile decided by X. Okay, then what is X here? X may be electron releasing, X may be electron withdrawing. Suppose if X is a electron releasing, of course it release electron to benzene ring. We know that if any electron releasing group present on benzene ring, it increases the electron density ortho position and para position only. Why, we will study later in first few topic. But time being, remember, if electron releasing group presented on benzene ring, it release electron, of course. Electron release madidre elli jaasti agutte electron density ortho and para only, not meta. It means electron releasing group releases electron to benzene ring, which increases the electron density ortho and para position only. Therefore, now tell me, so now this electrophile should attack which position? Either ortho or para only. You will get ortho and para substituted product. Next, case 2. If you take X is a electron withdrawing, if electron, withdrawing group, let us say electron withdrawing group, X is a electron withdrawing group. Now tell me, if X is a electron withdrawing group, again this electron withdrawing group withdraw electron from the benzene ring. It withdraw electron benzene ring from which position? ನೋಡಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಆರ್ಥೋ ಪ್ಯಾರಾ ಅಂದರೆ ಭಾಳ ಇಷ್ಟ. ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಆರ್ಥೋ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಗೆ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ವಿಡ್ರಾ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಂದ್ರೂ ಆರ್ಥೋ ಪ್ಯಾರಾ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಇಟ್ ಡಸಂಟ್ ಗೋ ಫಾರ್ ಮೆಟಾ. ಇಷ್ಟ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ, ಏನಕ್ಕಂತ ಕೇಳಬೇಡ್ರಿ, ಅದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪೀಸಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ ವಿಡ್ರಾ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ವಿಚ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್? ಆರ್ಥೋ. ದೇರ್ಫೋರ್ ಆರ್ಥೋ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಾ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್. ಹೌದಾ? Therefore, due to electron withdrawing, now tell me, this electrophile should attack which position? It should attack at only meta position. That means you will get a meta substituted product. Okay, of course our topic is not related to this. I want only one simple question. We have amine. We are studying about amine. Okay, this amine has lone pair, and we have studied that due to lone pair, these lone pair electrons are delocalized. They enter into the benzene ring, right? So these lone pair electron enter into the benzene ring, that is delocalized. That means NH2 group is electron releasing or electron withdrawing? Of course, electron releasing. Due to electron releasing, electron density increases, ortho position and para position. Now take the electrophile. Now tell me whether electrophile should attack ortho and meta position. It is ortho and para position. It may be ortho, it may be para, not meta. That means now statement is this: aromatic amines, aniline. Aromatic amines undergo electrophilic substitution reaction to form whether ortho para product or meta product. It form ortho and para substituted product because NH2 group is a electron releasing group as well as it is called ring activating group. Remember, electron releasing groups are called ring activating groups because they release electron. No, due to releasing electron, the benzene ring gets activated. Means benzene ring become more active, more reactive. So therefore, it is NH2 is a ring activating group and ortho para directing group. The first point. Second point. Now compare to aniline and benzene. Among aniline and benzene, which is undergo easily electrophilic substitution? Aniline or benzene? Aniline, because aniline is more reactive than benzene towards electrophilic, because in case of aniline releasing electron to benzene ring, then negative charge increases ortho and para position. Therefore, our electrophile is positive. It attack ortho and para position so easily. That means aniline is more reactive than benzene towards electrophilic substitution reaction. Okay. Then we have three important reactions. ಇಷ್ಟಾದರೆ ಈ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆದರೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಸೈನೈಡ್ ಐಸೋಸೈನ್ ಇದೆ. ಐಸೋಸೈನೈಡ್ ಸೈನೈಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಇನ್ ಅವರ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್, ದಿಸ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್. ಇಟ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಸಮ್ವೇರ್ ಅದರ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಹಾರ್ಡ್ಲಿ 4-5 reactions are there, that also will finish. And diazonium salt also there, that also will finish. Okay.